this square photograph and turn it into a media kit image using the correct proportions. At the moment it's square and we need something that's letterbox format, either portrait or landscape, and it's a little bit too big at 2400 pixels by 2400 pixels, and it's the wrong resolution, as you can see from here. So to start with, I'm going to use the marquee tool, click on there and change it from normal to fixed ratio, and I'm going to make it 9 by 16, which is the portrait ratio. So now when I draw, it constrains the marquee tool to those proportions. That looks about right for me. So I'm going to go to image and go to crop. Now I've got an image that I like in the right proportion. All that remains now is for me to change the size and the resolution. To change the size, I can go to image size and change this over to pixels. And if I type in 1080, because it's kept in proportion, that's the perfect size there, so I can press OK. So now I've got an image that's in the right proportion and is the right size. The only thing I need to change now is the resolution. 72 dots per inch is normally perfect for screen use, so for a website or whatever, but normally images are presented at 300 dots per inch for print use. So I'm going to go to image again and go to image size, and crucially what I want to do is I'm going to change this to 300, but at the moment it's going to resample the image, which means that if I typed in 300 there, which is effectively almost just over a 400% increase, it's actually going to increase the actual amount of pixels used here as well, so it's going to make a huge image. And it's pointless doing this because there is no more detail in the image. The Photoshop can't magically create extra detail, so all it's going to do is duplicate lots of pixels, so it's a bit of a waste of time, as well as being a huge file size. So what we're going to do, put that at 72, is we're going to uncheck resample image, and we're just going to redistribute the dots in a different way. So 72 dots per inch is quite a loose number of dots, so you could probably see 72 dots in an inch, which is why this is such a kind of a big image. So if we printed that out at 72 dots per inch, we're pretty much creating a kind of a bit of a mini poster here at 38 centimeters by 67 centimeters. But by compacting those dots closer together to 300, you can see it's actually made a much smaller image, which is probably nearer to A5 size. But it's fine, it's just redistributing the dots closer together. That should be perfect print. We don't need the image any bigger than that anyway. So we've taken off the resample, turned it to 300 and press OK, and then we're done. Now all we need to do is to save it in the right file format with the right sort of name. So I'm going to save as, and I'm going to go to Media Kit 2 here, and I'm going to change the name to DE400. Let's pretend I'm called Alex Smith. And then change that to Media Kit. And in this case, let's call it Hero. And we'll change the file format to JPEG. Photographs like this are JPEGs. There's no graphics involved, so this can be a JPEG image. JPEGs are really efficient for photographs. I wouldn't use it for ones with graphics because JPEGs can actually slightly change the color, or if it's got a bit of type in it, it can slightly. It won't keep very sharp edges. So JPEG is perfect for a photograph, but not for a graphic. At the moment it's given the kind of file. The file type here is JPG. You can call it JPG or JPEG. It doesn't really matter. They're exactly the same. JPEG is a kind of a more modern file name for JPEG. JPG is probably from 20 years ago, but either is absolutely fine. And then when we're happy with that, we can just press save. You can have a maximum no less than high. You're just going to pick between high and maximum. It's just so that We just got to just keep an eye on file size. We don't want the file to be any more than like 2 megabytes in size, but at the moment that's going to be absolutely fine at 700k. So press OK, and we're done.